Another good report to look at in the social media group is landing pages, and that is located below the Data Hub activity report in the social section. So let's discuss what it has to offer. We see the same graph we saw in the last video that shows a comparison between sessions from social traffic and all sessions. Let's scroll down to the table because this is where things get more valuable to us. Google is going to aggregate all of the top shared pages among all of our social media referrers. So Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. are all going to be sending referrals to our site if we participate with those networks. And Google is going to show the most popular destinations for these referrals on our site. These pages were shared in a post or tweet, and Google counts this for us. On this table, we can see the total sessions, page views, session duration, and more. The top shared page happens to be a product, which is a pretty cool thing. This is outpacing even the front page of the site, which happens to be the second most shared page on the site. So for some reason, we don't have a ton of social media traffic, but when we do, the page that is being shared the most is the product page. And to dive into this a bit further, we can see that the length of stay on the page, on the average, is pretty high, especially when compared to most other page sites. The session duration is 2.5 minutes, which tells me that the people that are coming to this page from social media are getting exactly what they want from the page. And that's a pretty good sign. And because I haven't made social media much of a priority, it tells me that if I spent a bit more effort promoting this particular product and page, it might yield some more people purchasing the product. I also noticed that the traffic coming to the homepage is not staying around very long, only about 30 seconds. So that means either viewers are not getting what they need from the homepage, or they're looking for contact information maybe and just leaving after that. Something else to consider is that social media users are primarily viewing social media from their mobile devices, and thus, whatever they click on is being viewed from their mobile device as well. And we can confirm that this is happening here by adding some dimensions to our mobile reports. For instance, we could add on the refer dimension and bring in social. But what that means is whatever they are viewing has to look good on mobile if we want them to stay on our site. It's possible the people are leaving our homepage so fast because the homepage doesn't look particularly good on mobile. We'd have to check this out. And if not, and we make adjustments, we could see if that improves the session duration. Regardless, what we know from this is the content is interesting. People want to view our site because they are clicking on the link, so that's a great start. We just need to make sure it's presented well and offers relevant content to the visitor. We use this landing page report to understand what people are doing and even the exact URL of what was shared. The next report that I'd like to discuss in the social group is Conversions Report. This is located in the left-hand menu below landing pages. What this report does is allows us to quantify the value of social. In order for this report to populate and function, you do need to set up goals. And since I don't have any goals set up, this report isn't populated with any data, but I still want to show you around just a little bit. Later on, we'll look at setting up goals together. The first thing is the graph. You would see the total number of social conversions from the selected time period. And then down below the graph in the table, we would see where those conversions came from under the social network column, the number attributed to the social network, and then the value of those conversions. If we select assisted versus last interaction analysis, we'll see a chart that looks the same up top, but the table below changes a bit. What this table shows us is the amount of assisted conversions and their value versus the amount of direct conversions and their value. Assisted conversions are the number of sales or conversions that a social network assisted on, which means the visitor clicked on a social network link somewhere in their journey towards our site, but then they left the site only to return and make a purchase later on. This differs from the direct or last click conversion, which means the visitor comes directly from social media and makes a purchase. Then, in the far right is a ratio, which will make a comparison between the two different types. A value closer to 0 means that the social network functioned primarily in a last click role. A value closer to 1 means that assisted and direct are functioning about equally. A value greater than 1 means the network is functioning in more of an assisted role. So that wraps up our social reports and also wraps up Module 2. Thanks for participating, and I will see you in Module number 3.